You won't believe this until you see it. Thousands of gun owners in 2025 made purchases they desperately wish they could take back. We're not talking minor inconveniences. We're talking catastrophic failures, lawsuits, and guns that literally fall apart in your hands. This is insane, but it's 100% real. What nobody tells you about these firearms could save you hundreds of dollars and maybe even your life. From $50 disasters to $1,500 nightmares, these are the 10 most regretted gun purchases of 2025. And trust me, number 1 will shock you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Radical Firearms RF-15. Coming in at number 10. The Radical Firearms RF-15. This rifle is budget AR roulette. Some work, most don't. And you won't know which you got until you're downrange. The RF-15 suffers from catastrophic quality control. Barrel extensions come loose from the barrels themselves. That's not a minor issue. That's dangerous. Accuracy is wildly inconsistent, even when the gun cycles. Forum threads from 2024 and 2025 are filled with owners asking why their brand new rifle won't feed, extract, or hold zero. One Reddit user summed it up perfectly. Their quality control is horrible. You need to tear it apart and reassemble to spec. Many RF-15s are chronically undergassed. They won't cycle standard ammunition reliably. You're buying a gun that requires immediate gunsmith work. Here's the gamble. Maybe 40 to 50% function fine. The rest, complete disasters. And when you're depending on a rifle for defense or duty, those odds are unacceptable. If you're an experienced AR builder, you might salvage one. But if you're a new shooter looking for a working rifle out of the box, you're gambling with your safety. You'll spend $300 to $500 fixing what should have worked from the factory. At that point, you should have just bought a Smith & Wesson or Ruger. Why risk it? Number 9. Jennings J380. Number 9. The Jennings J380. If you find a gun in a ditch, it's probably this one. The J380 is a relic that should have died decades ago. It features a heel magazine release, a design that disappeared after World War I for good reason. Wrap your support hand around the grip, and you'll accidentally drop your magazine mid-fight. Capacity? 6+1 in 380 ACP. That's pathetic by modern standards. The sights are the worst in firearms history. No exaggeration. They're barely functional, making accurate fire nearly impossible under stress. Catastrophic malfunctions are common. Failures to feed, extract and eject happen regularly. Some owners report the slide cracking or the frame deforming after minimal use. It's hard to shoot, unreliable, and genuinely dangerous. Even at $50 used, it's not worth it. This isn't a backup gun. It's not a budget option. It's a liability. If someone offers you a Jennings J380 for free, politely decline and suggest they dispose of it properly. Your hands and your life deserve better than this menacing, disgusting pistol. Number 8. Kimber 1911. At number 8, modern production Kimber 1911s. Older Kimbers had solid reputations. Modern ones? Quality control nightmares. Buyers in 2025 report guns arriving rusted straight from the factory. Rust on dealer shelves. Rust in climate-controlled environments. The coating is that bad. 1 in 10 customer guns arrives non-functional due to mistimed Swartz safeties. That's unacceptable for a firearm in this price range. The metallurgy is poor. Improper metal injection molding usage, plastic mainspring housings, and components that fail prematurely plague these pistols. You're paying double what imported 1911s cost, but getting lower quality. Springfield Armory, Rock Island, Even Turkish imports often deliver better reliability and fit. Warranty service frequently doesn't fix the problems permanently. Owners send guns back multiple times for the same issues. Here's the frustration. Kimber's legacy reputation tricks buyers into thinking they're getting a premium product. They're not. They're paying for a name, not performance. If you want a reliable 1911, look elsewhere. Wilson Combat, Springfield TRP, or even budget Rock Islands offer better value and consistency. Kimber used to mean quality. In 2025, it means regret. Number 7. Ruger LCP2. Number 7. The Ruger LCP2. This pocket pistol consistently fails when owners need it most. The problems are widespread and well documented. Magazines drop out unexpectedly during firing. Imagine your mag hitting the ground mid-defense scenario. Light strikes are common. You pull the trigger, hear a click, nothing happens. That's unacceptable for a carry gun. Failure to extract issues turn this into a single-shot pistol. After each round, you're manually clearing the chamber. The takedown pin loosens over time, affecting structural integrity and safety. Stovepipes and feed failures happen randomly, even with quality ammunition. Here's the worst part. Owners send them back for warranty repair, get them returned, and the same problems reappear within a few hundred rounds. Ruger's LCP line has millions of satisfied owners. But the LCP2 specifically has enough documented issues that 2025 buyers regret their purchases. For a gun designed for deep concealment and last-ditch defense, reliability is non-negotiable. The LCP2 fails that test too often. If you're looking for a pocket 380, consider the original LCP, the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard, or save up for a Sig P365 to 380. Your life might depend on that trigger pull. The LCP2, too many owners wouldn't bet on it. Number 6. Walther WMP Gen 2. At number 6, the Walther WMP Gen 2. The original WMP was solid. The Gen 2, a massive disappointment. This .22 Magnum pistol suffers from accuracy problems right out of the box. The rear sight is loose and drifts during shooting. You can't maintain zero. But the real issue? Over-engineering. Walther crammed in 4 different magazine releases. 4. That's way too complicated, and it leads to accidental mag drops. The slide releases on both sides are useless. They don't work at all. Owners report having to manually rack the slide every time. Instead of focusing on reliability and simplicity, Walther loaded this gun with gimmicks. And it shows. The WMP Gen 2 feels like a gun designed by committee. Too many features, not enough function. Compare this to the Kel-Tec PMR30 or even Ruger's LCR in .22 Magnum. Both offer better reliability and simpler operation. Walther spent too much time on controls and not enough on making a gun that works consistently. That's why 2025 buyers regret it. If you want a .22 Magnum pistol, stick with proven designs. The WMP Gen 2 is a lesson in what happens when complexity overtakes reliability. Number 5. Benelli M4 Gen 2. Number 5. The Benelli M4 Generation 2. Don't get me wrong, the original Benelli M4 is legendary, combat-proven, reliable, the gold standard for semi-auto shotguns. But the Gen 2 upgrades? Disappointing at best. The proprietary rail system replaces the standard Picatinny. Only one rail comes in the box, and you can't buy additional rails separately. Want to mount both a light and a vertical grip? Good luck finding accessories that fit. The new adjustable stock, it was already available for the Gen 1. You're not getting anything unique. The Gen 2 costs significantly more than the Gen 1, but doesn't justify the premium. No functional improvements, just different, not better. Here's the frustration. If you already own a Gen 1, there's zero reason to upgrade. And if you're buying new, you're better off finding a Gen 1 and adding an M-Lock rail yourself. Or consider the Turkish Benelli clones. They offer comparable performance at half the price. Benelli built its reputation on innovation and reliability. The Gen 2 feels like a cash grab, charging more for changes nobody asked for. Buyers in 2025 who jumped on the Gen 2 at launch regret not sticking with the proven Gen 1. Sometimes, the original is the best. Number 4. Beretta Corsa. At number 4, the Beretta Corsa. This is a beautiful gun that's all show and no go. An overpriced Beretta 92 variant with a compensator that doesn't deliver. The compensator is the first problem. It doesn't work effectively. Owners report no faster split times compared to standard Beretta 92s. You're paying for a feature that provides zero performance benefit. The grip has zero texture. The gun slips during recoil, making follow-up shots slower and less accurate. The trigger? 6 to 7 pounds in single action. That's no better than a $400 surplus M9. You're paying premium prices for base model performance. Massive safety levers beat up your hands during extended shooting sessions. They're oversized, sharp, and uncomfortable. And here's the kicker. It's single action only, no double action capability. You lose the versatility that makes the 92 platform so respected. The Corsa costs 2 to 3 times more than a standard Beretta 92, but doesn't justify the price. For the same money, you could buy a Canik TTI Combat, Walther PDP, or Smith & Wesson steel frame comp gun. All of them are faster and more accurate. The Beretta Corsa is style over substance. Buyers in 2025 learned that lesson the hard way. Number 3. Kel-Tec P17. Number 3. The Kel-Tec P17. Promising specs, rock-bottom price, and a flood of buyer's remorse in 2025. The P17 is a 22 LR pistol with a 16-round capacity. On paper, it's perfect for budget-conscious buyers looking for a carry or plinking gun. In reality, inconsistent reliability and quality control issues plague this model. Grassroots reports from forums, YouTube comments, and gun store counters tell the same story. Failures to feed, failures to extract, and light strikes are common. Many owners report returning their P17 within the first few hundred rounds. Some get replacements that work fine. Others get the same problems again. Kel-Tec's quality control has always been hit or miss. The P17 continues that trend. If you're lucky, you get a gun that runs great. If you're not, you get a frustrating paperweight. Here's the problem. When you're buying a gun for self-defense or even reliable training, hit or miss isn't acceptable. You need consistent performance. For a similar price, consider the Taurus TX22. It's proven more reliable across thousands of user reports. The P17 looked like a budget win in 2025. For too many buyers, it turned into a regret. Number 2. Kimber Micro 9. At number 2, the Kimber Micro 9. This pocket 1911 has beautiful aesthetics and terrible reliability. New owners in 2025 flooded forums with complaints about recurring failure to feed and extractor jams. The Micro 9's 1911 style ergonomics feel great in hand, but the gun doesn't work when it matters. The extractor is the main culprit. It's either too weak or improperly tuned from the factory. Rounds fail to extract, causing stovepipes and dead triggers. Many owners report trying multiple magazines, multiple ammunition brands, and extensive break-in periods. The problems persist. Even after sending guns back to Kimber for warranty work, the same malfunctions return. Here's the frustration. This is a carry gun. It's supposed to be your last line of defense, and it fails at the most critical moment. Compare the Micro 9 to the Sig P365 or Springfield Hellcat. Both are similarly sized, similarly priced, and vastly more reliable. Kimber's reputation for quality control issues extends to the Micro 9. Buyers in 2025 learned that lesson expensively. If you're considering a Micro 9mm, skip the Kimber. There are too many better options. Number 1. Sig Sauer P320. And the number 1 most regretted gun purchase of 2025, the Sig Sauer P320. 2025 saw renewed legal action and high-profile lawsuits alleging unintentional discharges. Owners who already had P320s felt burned by the mounting controversy. The core issue? Reports of the P320 firing without the trigger being pulled. Sig has issued voluntary upgrades and insists the gun is safe, but the lawsuits and incidents continue. This isn't just internet rumor. Multiple law enforcement agencies, military personnel, and civilian owners have documented cases. The problem creates a trust issue. Even if your specific P320 never malfunctions, the shadow of doubt hangs over it. Owners in 2025 regret their purchases, not because the gun doesn't shoot well, it does, but because the ongoing legal and safety concerns make it a liability. Should you carry a gun you're not 100% confident in? Should law enforcement officers stake their lives on a platform with this much controversy? For many, the answer became no. Alternatives like the Glock 19, CZ P10, or Walther PDP offer similar performance without the legal and safety baggage. The P320 is accurate, modular, and comfortable. But in 2025, those strengths couldn't overcome the regret of owning a gun surrounded by unintentional discharge lawsuits. That's why it's number 1. So there you have it, the 10 most regretted gun purchases of 2025. From budget disasters to premium letdowns, these firearms taught hard lessons. Here's the takeaway: don't buy hype. Don't buy what looks cool on Instagram. Buy guns with proven track records, solid warranty support, and consistent quality control. Test extensively with your chosen ammunition. And remember, if experienced shooters are avoiding it, there's usually a damn good reason. Your life might depend on that trigger pull. Make it count by choosing a firearm that won't let you down. Which gun on this list surprised you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Stay safe, shoot straight, and do your research before you buy.